everyone, today's tutorial is going to be on this look. This is going to be my Valentine's Day look for you. You can certainly modify it any way you want to suit you and your liking. If you're interested in seeing how I created this look, keep watching. First thing we're going to do is prime our eyelids. I'm going to use the NYX HD Eyeshadow Base. Put this all over your lid. Now grab a skin color that you can put all over your lid. For me, this is Beaches and Cream from Makeup Geek. I'm going to put that all over the lid. This is just going to help blend all of our shadows a lot easier. We've done that color. We want to darken up the crease a little bit. So I got my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette here, and I'm just grabbing this darker tan brown shade in the crease. We're just slowly building up, just blending that into the crease, darkening that up. In between, I like to just get my big fluffy brush that I used with that transition color and just blend everything. Now I'm gonna grab a more cool tone brown. It's the one right next to the color we just used. This is now just us building up the intensity a little bit. And this one we're just kind of concentrate on the outer corner, bringing it into the crease. We just want to create that round eye here. We're not really going to go too far out there on the outer corner, so we're just going to focus on creating a rounded eye. We're also going to grab that color and put that in the inner corner. We want to leave the middle part blank, but we want to just build up the inside corner as well. Kind of lie flat and then blend in that inner crease. Now just going in with one shade darker. This really is about building up. So right next to the one we grabbed before, let's get a crease brush. So it's a more tapered crease brush, and we're just going to do that on the outer corner, sweeping in, not getting it on that middle part of our eyelid, but just darkening up the crease. Now just grab a fluffy brush again, and you're just gonna blend up on the brow bone here. Now I'm going to grab kind of the star of my smoky eye here. It's the Color Tattoo Pure Pigments in the color Improper Copper. It is a very dark brown, but it has this coppery sheen to it. I'm going to grab a smaller flat brush to pack that on. Spray, I have just my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, and you can just use Max Fix Plus, whatever you have, and just spray my brush here a little bit. And you can use this pigment wet to give it more of an intense color. So we're just packing that on. So now we are going to just do a lighter shade here for the under the brow. I'm going to actually grab this champagne shade here towards the end of this palette. It has a little bit of a sheen, and I'm just going to put that on under the brow. Now I need to cover these eye bags, so I'm going to grab my Hidden Agenda palette, and I'm using the salmon color right here to do that. I'm just going to get my finger and just dab right in the area that I need it. I'm just going to blend it out. Now go ahead and grab your foundation. I'm going to be using my True Match by L'Oreal, and I always blend because these in combination are a perfect match. And actually, along with that, I'm going to be mixing my L'Oreal Magic Lumi primer. And I'm going to put this on my palette as well. And mixing the two is just going to give me more of a illuminating type of foundation. Just going to bump that to the skin. Okay, we have pretty much evened out the base, and I need to just do a little bit on the under eye. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Touch of Glow Nude Glow, and this is really nice because it does have a salmony tone. It only comes in one color, so if you are darker skin tone, this probably won't work for you. They only make the one color, which is a shame because I like how this gives a nice glow. It's really pretty. So I'm just doing that under the eye, and then I'm just gonna go and do my little chicken feet. And just down the nose. On my Cupid's bow, and just on my chin here. Actually, I'm gonna go on my nose here. I get red. Okay. So then you can go in with a brush or your beauty blender and just blend that out. Right now I'm kind of all one color. If you wanted to brighten a little bit more under the eyes, you could just go in with a concealer that is a few shades lighter than your skin tone. And I actually just like to do that right here. And then I just blend it out. Just pat. And then blend. This just wakens me up a little bit. So let's go ahead and do the brows and just brush them up. You could do your brows any way you'd like. I'm going to be using my, where are you? My trusty favorite Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. Just fill in little hairs. I really want my brows to be defined, and I won't be too afraid to go too dark with this color. Sometimes I blend with my blonde, but where I have such a dark eye, I really don't want my brows to get lost. So the brows are done, and I always have one brow that comes out so much better than the other, but brows are sisters, not twins. And I'm just gonna grab a very lightweight powder. I don't want to feel too cakey. The one I'm using is the Universal Illuminating powder. Now I'm just gonna grab my Real Techniques 100 powder brush. I love this brush. I'm just patting my T-zone. I don't want to disrupt what we just did, but it's so lightweight that it doesn't really feel like I'm putting on powder, which is what I love. Now we can go ahead and finish up the eyes. We don't want to just leave it as is, although you probably could. I don't think it looks bad, but I just want to put a little bit of color on the lower lash line. This small definer brush, is it? This is the small crease brush, but I use it for lots of different things. And I'm just gonna go back and grab the medium tone color that we use, this one right here in the outer corner. We're just gonna bring that all the way in. See how that just kind of connects everything compared to this piece? I just threw my brush across the room. It just connects everything really nicely compared to this, where I just feel like it just seems a little blank. Just grab a clean crease brush if you want, and you can just kind of blend that back and forth. Now I want that little pop of copper that we used on the top. I'm just gonna tap it, because if you start sliding across, you may just get a little bit of fallout. So I'm just tapping it and then blend. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get that clean crease brush again. Now I'm just gonna tight line. You can skip this step, but my lashes are not that full, so I'm just gonna grab, this is the Jane Cosmetics eyeliner. Now we can do our lashes. So we're gonna grab eyelash curler and just do a light curl. Okay, now you can go ahead and apply any mascara. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Lash Sensational. That's a tongue twister. And I'm just going to apply one coat of that since we're going to use fake lashes. Alright, we have our mascara on, and we can go ahead and grab our lashes. So the ones I'm going to use are the Ardell Curlies. These are just so perfect because they widen out and get longer towards the end, so you're just going to get more of that flirty type of look. So I'm going to grab my Duo. This is the one that comes with a brush that I really like. It just makes it so much easier to apply. So we're going to go ahead and do the normal steps and apply your glue. Okay, so I was not a fan of the lashes actually. They just really looked a little cheap, and actually I don't mind Ardell lashes. So what I actually did was I'm gonna just use them as little demi accent lashes. So I have cut them down. I'm just gonna put them on the outer corner here. Okay, so I've done the lashes. Having a weird lash day apparently for falsies, so those are on, and they definitely add an extreme flare to the end. We need to warm up this face with my trusty Tarte Amazonian Clay bronzer. You know the deal. So we're just gonna warm this up. Alright, so that's much better. I'm going to do a little bit of contouring as well. I'm using my favorite contour brush right now. It's the Real Techniques 301, and I'm grabbing my NYX. This is the High Definition Blush in Taupe. I'm just going to bring this up so everything looks really blended and just a little bit more natural. And you can even just go and get that fluffy brush that we used for bronzer and just kind of blend that. Now we can do the blush, and I think I might do a combination of two. I think I'm going to grab my Milani. These are the powder blushes. I'm going to grab Tea Rose and Romantic Rose, and I think I'm going to blend them both. One is more of a blush rose and the other is a pinkier tone. So I'm going to grab my Real Techniques blush brush. Just going to use the more muted blushing rose color and just kind of put that more on the outside. And then I'm just going to dab the pinker tone just on my apples. That's really pretty, that combination of the two. Now we're going to highlight a little bit. Going to grab my e.l.f. blush in Gotta Glow. It's more of a champagne goldy type of highlight. Let's just grab my Morphe M438 brush. Just going to get that, the high points of my cheek, and blend up here in this kind of like a C. I like to go down the bridge of my nose to the tip of my nose. And I just want to highlight a little bit more on my brow bone. Grab a very tiny detail brush, and I'm going to grab that same highlighter, and I'm just going to put that right here in the middle, just to kind of give it a little bit more of a pop right there. Okay, now for the last step, I'm going to use more of a nude color. I don't want to go too dark because we kind of have that darker eye. So first I'm going to prime my lips with this NYX Lip Primer. Now I'm going to grab my Rimmel lip liner in the color Innocent. It's just a very nude shade. I'm just going to line and fill in my lips. This is a really pretty nude all on its own, but I do want a little bit more color. I don't want to be too nude, too brown. So I'm going to use my Gerard Cosmetics. This is the buttercream part of Jaclyn Hill's colors that she created. I'm just going to pack most of that in the center. This is a really pigmented lip gloss, so it'll kind of take away from that nude. And that's our completed look. I love this look. It doesn't even have to be Valentine's Day, and I'm going to wear this look because it's just such a softer smoky eye, and I feel like it will complement so many skin tones, so many eye colors, and it just, I love it. It's just one of my favorites. It just makes me feel so feminine. I don't know, but I hope you liked it as much as I do. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you do. If you haven't subscribed, you know where that button lives. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a great Valentine's Day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.